I think that should be good. I think it's solid. Should be playing any second now. or okay, we're good. It looks like it's playing. We're solid. Awesome. All right. But yeah, welcome everyone. I'm Axe Mokuba. This is my little. Wait, no, my phone's like replaying the noises and everything. Okay, cool. Hello. But yeah, welcome everyone. I'm Max Mokuba. This is my new background. It's a little special background for projecting little pictures. But yeah. But yeah. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. You know, freaking. But yeah. Um, I want to do a little Zatsu. I want to practice a little talking on camera, just without much of without much of like something to fall back on. You know, like a game or like using my hands to like paint or sand or make little things here and there. You know, I wanna just talk and stuff, just kind of like show off like what I've done and what I've seen and little things here and there. You know, just the general things of like what goes through on Zatsus and everything. And a week or two ago, no, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks? No, okay, let me double check actually. But yeah, within that time frame, you know, like but sometime within this month, which was exactly on the 20th, so that is a week ago. Yes, yeah, 7 days ago, almost like 10 days ago, 10 days ago. But yeah, I went to the Museum of Death, and well, I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail or was like able to see it very well. Um, But actually, before I start the slideshow and everything, you know, as cheesy as it is, everybody take a seat. You know, every find your little stump, find somewhere to sit down and just like relax and chill. You know, I'm reclining my chair, just kind of like relax myself and get a little nervous out a little bit. Everybody find a seat, find somewhere to sit. You know, it's gonna be a little while. I feel like it's gonna be a shorter stream though, so I don't know, like at least an hour. But yeah. All right. I hope everybody got their seats and everything, and yeah, just plastered there. But yeah. I went to the Museum of Death. As you guys can see, like it says Hollywood, and, you know, it's out here in LA. And but yeah. Oh my God, you're Californian. Oh, gross. Yeah, I know. Relax. Just get out of the system. Just get out of the system. You know. But yeah, I'm in SoCal. But yeah, and then I've always wanted to go to this Museum of Death. You know, I've always heard about it. Always heard cool things of it. I mean, it's the Museum of Death. You know, it's just this crazy ass fucking like idea for a museum. And but yeah, but I have to sit on Mokuba's family. Come on now, man. But yeah, the Museum of Death. You know, I've always heard about it. It sounds like a tourist trap. And when me and my friends like entered, you know, my friends from out of state actually freaking that I have a couple friends from out of state and they're like, "Hey, Mokuba, we're coming to visit. Um, uh, what do you want to do? You know, freaking because like before we went to the zoo and the aquarium, kind of just like walk around, talk, shoot the shit, and just like just catch up on everything. You know, just like what's been going on. But but yeah, and this time I proposed like, hey, let's go to a museum. You know, and then I was like, oh yeah, like oh wow, how boring a museum. But like, nah, dude, this one's different. This one's something else. The Museum of Death. They're like, just by the sounds of it, everyone was like, whoa, what the heck is that? But they didn't look into it because they were that excited. Like, I want to be like surprised going in and everything. You know? I mean, I've heard a lot of good things throughout the years and whatnot, but I just never did. I just never went. But until this past weekend or so, I went with them. You know? Really crazy stuff because like once we got there, found parking, all this and that. We entered and we were like we gave each other looks because like it looked like a tourist shop just like through and through. You know, you enter and you look around, it's just shirts hanging on there, there's nothing going on, it's just a little tiny room. Like you can see the vents open up and like the tubing and on the ceiling and everything. It just looked bad, it looked run down, it looked dumb. And my friend kind of just like out loud, you know, just like this looks like a tourist shop. Like even though the clerk is right there, the workers and everything, like he just kind of just ballsly said it like, oh, man, shut the fuck up, come on now, like come on, I can't be that bad. This is just the entrance, you know. And well, yeah, we entered. Oh, I mean, we paid and then we entered, and then That's when everything started getting real. It's like a tiny little hallway. You start going up the stairs, and then you just like get surrounded by like murder scenes, like graphic content and everything. Like immediately, just immediately as you enter and everything. It was really really cool because like you see stabbings, you see like you see people getting like torn apart, just like gored and just torn and just everything as you enter, like newspaper clips, actual pictures, like printouts, and like just everything. It was pretty nuts. Like at the very entrance, it was like or as you get on top of the stairs, you start seeing like different rooms and everything. You see like coffins and like little articles and more in depth and everything. One of the ones that stuck out the most, I couldn't find it. I could not remember the name for like the people who committed the crime or anything, but they were they were like a biker couple, like a biker gang couple, and something about like they're trying to like get revenge on this one guy, and then so the lady invited that one guy they were trying to kill, and what happened was they're like, oh, let me cheat on my boyfriend or whatever the fuck, and then I want to do it with you, all this and that. It was pretty nuts. And so she lured him over to the house, and they were just watching TV or whatever. They were doing their own thing, and the guy, the actual boyfriend, he came up and like just shot him in the back of the head. Freaking, it was nuts. And then after that, they started kind of like they're just starting dismembering them. Like the guy, freaking, they chopped off his arms, they chopped off his head, and there's like just pictures of it, like. But the thing is that the guy and the lady, they were like they're just doing it naked, like they're just like are like stripped down naked. They're like high off of methamphetamines and like other hardcore drugs and everything. And then they just started like having sex on top of the corpse, like fucking. And there's just like pictures of it, just like plastered on the wall here as you enter, fucking like at the top of the stairwells and everything, which is nuts. Pretty crazy stuff. How is it going, termites? No, come on, don't tell people yet. I haven't announced the little termites. But yeah, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, find a seat, find a seat, find a little stump, get comfortable, get comfortable. But yeah, so as you enter, you see these people like cutting up a guy and then doing it all naked and then having sex on the corpse and just like high off of meth and all this and that. It was nuts. And then right next to it, oh sorry, no, you're fine, you're fine. I would have announced it sooner or later, so don't worry, don't worry. But yeah. One of these days, I still gotta like, I gotta figure out like a little design because there's like so many types of termites too. So that's the thing. But yeah, so as you enter, you see these couple having sex on a corpse, tearing them apart, high off of meth, all this and that. That's just as you enter, which is pretty nuts. But you start going around and like you see these rooms and other articles and everything, and then you see this. One of the first rooms there is a room of like just serial killers. You got the Nightcrawler, another like Southern California residents. Fucking. But yeah, this guy was pretty nuts. Well, as the name goes, he's a nice Moku bastards until then. Come on, come on. Or what was the one you suggested? Axe holes, right? that one still gets me, freaking. But no, I'll figure out like a little design for termites or something. But I was thinking like termies, but that's a little cringy of a name. But yeah, it has a whole room of serial killers. You got the Nightcrawler, Night Stalker. Nightcrawler's the Marvel character, fucking from X-Men. But yeah, he would stalk and then break and enter like women's homes and everything. It was a pretty crazy story. There was like a little documentary I saw like a while back in YouTube, but the memories are all a little fuzzy, But yeah, and then you also had Pogo the Clown, like infamous like clown serial killer, and whatnot. Pretty crazy stuff. Like his shoes were displayed there, like his actual shoes and everything, which is pretty nuts. But like they're like huge ass clown shoes because they're clown shoes. They're not shown in the picture, sure, but they were still there. They're like kind of like all raggedy and everything, but like I mean they're old shoes, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Because like all these crimes were like from the past and everything. But yeah, Pogo the Clown and whatnot. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. And then you also had Jeffrey Dahmer, of course. Like the what is it? The newest Netflix heartthrob, right? Fucking just everybody just freaking out about him and all this and that, just about his new show. I haven't seen it though. I haven't seen it myself. But from my understanding, Jeffrey Dahmer just like eat people, right? Like he'll go out and like find like, from my understanding, nothing against the guy or whatever he was like practicing or whatever the fuck. It was like he was going after like interracial gay relationships or something, like stalk them and whatnot, or go out with them and invite them over, like kind of like lure them and then kind of like just kill them and eat them, right? That's my understanding of how like his story goes down. But I know like a lot of people are like, oh my god, Jeffrey Dahmer, oh my god, serial killers, this and that, oh my god, and then because like here's the thing, there was like binders, there was binders of like the love letters and everything that people would send, like just anybody and everybody, like all the fans and everything that they would send to like the prisons and to all these people. Well, which is pretty funny, pretty nuts. I'm not gonna lie, but but uh, but yeah, there would be like like the whole exhibit, the whole little room as you enter for like serial killers. Um, it would be like, I mean, these were the main guys I remembered, but I remember there's like a little granny who like was in charge of a retirement home, but like killed off the people, and then because she was taking their money or something, and she had like a whole recipe book. I couldn't remember her name, so I didn't put her up here, freaking. But yeah, um, but yeah, there's like a whole bunch of memorabilia of these like serial killers, and amongst like others as well. But there was like action figures, there was like zines, and then like edgy magazines, and there's like newspaper articles, there are actual books and autobiographies and biographies. It's just a whole bunch of memorabilia, like posters and everything. Because like there's like a whole like cult following to these, like to this day too. Forgetting about like just serial killers and all this and that. But pretty cool stuff though. Like being able to see it all, like damn, like I know there you see like a whole bunch of talk about like, oh my god, they're like they're these these people are their Oshis, and like they follow and like get inspired and all this and that. But like, I don't know, like a whole bunch of crazy stuff you see online. But to be able to see it in person, which is really cool, really nuts. Best Gosh GF day spots, dude. There are so many people, like couples there. There are so many couples there. It was nuts because like it legit is the best GF date spot, dude. I'm not gonna lie, freaking. One day I'll find a little like a little girly, a little partner or something, freaking, and then like take them like, hey, would you be down for this? Fucking let's check out some like dead corpses. Let's check out some dead bodies. Let's see how it goes. But but I gotta find somebody cool enough to be able to do that. Fucking like to date and then like take them to that date spot, fucking the murder museum. But yeah, and then you keep on walking around. You see some coffins. You see some like cool other stuff and whatnot. And then you also see like you look around and you start seeing like a whole room dedicated to like Charles Manson and like fucking just everything he and his like cult did. Like what's something ranch. I forgot what was the name of the ranch. But no, you see pieces and like not memorabilia necessarily, but almost relics that they found and like were able to like take out of like their ranch and everything, which is really cool, really nuts. Another scary part. Okay, now, this is one of the few scary parts that I didn't like. Like it made me uncomfortable because like there's like a life-size dummy of this guy. It was so fucking weird and so like uncomfortable to be around. Like it felt like it was like looking at you, it was like following you around, But like I don't know, something about it just like messed with me. I also felt because he was also leaning like he's like on top of like the cabinets and everything, where everything was like locked up and behind the glass and everything, and it looked like he was about to fall off. He was like barely suspended by like 2-3 strings, and it was like or wire or whatever the fuck, But like it was pretty wild because like he was like in the jumpsuit. He was like in the later years, like all bald with a little sign on his forehead. I don't know if I could talk about the sign because like the one from the 1940s Germany, that one sign on his forehead that he carved or tattooed or whatever the fuck. But yeah, um, but yeah, that whole room had like everything from out there, like his like whole time of being like a celebrity. It had like there was like his music was playing in the room, his guitar was in the room, his like jumpsuit like with a little spider tattoo, a little spider design he had on there was on there, like in the like encased and like framed up on the in the room and everything. There was like apparently like so something about okay, from my understanding, he was able to like get since he was doing like a little mini cult or something, like a little following. Um, he brought over like a lot of like celebrities and all this and that, and there was like apparently there was like one of the ladies that he like brought over was like a Playboy magazine, like a Playboy model or something. There was like the lady was there, and then there was like a Playboy magazine kind of like showing off the lady herself, like in the Playboy magazine. So like 18 naked cultists in the yard, 18 psycho cultists wanting to be charged. Dude, almost literally, yeah, fucking, it was pretty nuts. It was really nuts because like just seeing that, like one of the cultists, the one of his like followers, um, just being a Playboy magazine was like that was nuts. That was pretty nuts. Saw some titty, freaking. But I was not expecting of all places to see titty would be in the murder museum. So pretty crazy, pretty fun. But yeah, just like apparently there were like quilts and everything that they made like during there, and like with the German symbol, the German army symbol from the 1940s, and then apart from that, it was like a bunch of like photography, and then like news articles of like them being like them being taken to like to court, like just like with psycho eyes and senpaku eyes, kind of like how he has it right now, and a whole bunch of crazy stuff, where you can see like the sclera and just the looks of all these people like going through there, and then there's like remainings of like what they're like found from like the remainings of the buildings and whatnot. Like, oh, we got the door handle or something. It was so cheesy, but like again, this place kind of felt um like a little tourist trap, but like above and beyond, kind of like what it was. There was some parts of it that felt cheap, but other parts was like over the top. It was wild. It was really really wild. Oh yeah, but like going through the opening doors was just something else. But after, and then another room right next to this guy, was a whole section on autopsies, like the whole medical side of things. So like this is the room I kind of like spent the most time on. I'm not gonna lie to you guys because like I'm trying to pursue something like this, do something in the medical field, but like be able to see all this gore and whatnot. Not the initial intention, but like I mean it's a bonus almost. But yeah, and then you go in this little room, you see like a whole bunch of like autopsy and like all these tools. Like, oh, let me see, where's the fucking. So you see like autopsies and what the fuck was it for? Not formaldehyde. It was the morgue. Like a whole bunch of like morgue stuff. Like you see like people doing autopsies. You got okay. The funny thing that they had pictures of like old like students and everything. Like old timey pictures of students kind of like going through like the whole process and like it being like together, but they're all happy, like smiley, like above the corpses. They're like opening up and everything, which is really funny. It was really funny to me and everything. Oh yeah, medical horror. Yes, I know. Okay, that's some of my favorite too. Freaking as terrifying it could be. Like it's. I feel like it's not gonna like I rely on like the doctors and well not rely but like I trust doctors. You know they're doing their job. Sure there's some fuck ups here and there, but like it's still a thing. Like you gotta like rely on somebody to like save your life and all this and that. So fucking but that's how I felt about it. Like it was such a cool room to me. But you got stuff for the morgue, the autopsies, and then kind of like just setting everything up, and then like with the whole room there, like they had like old timey things, like oh yeah, they're like old medical doctor bags and all the things they would use for like the morgue and everything. It was so cool being able to see like all the tools and everything that they had. No, that's for a little later. Hold on. Fucking, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Hold on. But yeah, I thought I had three pictures of like the medical bags. Well, you guys will see afterwards. But what the Last Supper has to do? Topical, right? Being Easter Sunday on it. But but yeah, just a whole bunch of cool stuff. Like they had like what's it called? Like morgue morgue training videos. Like that they were like showing a slideshow of it all. Which is really really cool. Really really nuts. But I guess it was like the actual like stuff they would show like to like to these students and everything. It was just had it playing in the TV, like one of the several TVs that because like, they had like a lot of like little TVs throughout the whole thing. And I'll be talking about like what else they were playing when that. But but yeah, and then but yeah, just the medical stuff was just like one of the more interesting things to me, which is like again I spent more of my time there just like seeing all the old timey old fashioned tools and just all the old timey methods because they also had like I forgot like I didn't get a picture of it but like they had like old timey like prosthetics, like facial prosthetics. So like they would have like a set of wax ears and wax noses and like It's just things like that, you know. It's so wild to me. It's so cool because like you only see it like in TV, you know. Like when I saw these doctor bags and everything, I immediately thought like Flapjack, you know, like the misadventures, the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack. Yeah, yeah, that's the show's name. But the one character, Doctor Barber, you know, just a funny weird little guy amongst all the other weird characters. But he stood out to me. Fucking, he's uncomfortably weird. Where everybody's like weird. But something about Dr. Barber, I don't know. But it's not, he. I always saw him like carry out his tools. It was like all these little like gadgets and gizmos and all these and that. You know, like it was a real thing. You know, the real thing back then. And then with all the stethoscopes and little tweezers and I think that's a saw, right? Fucking like right there in the middle. It's something, I guess. Fucking, but it was But yeah, even though it's like played up for like jokes and stuff in the show, I mean it's a real thing overall, you know, freaking, which is pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Do they have military medic stuff? I don't think so, but there was a whole section on like war and stuff. But I didn't get any pictures of that because I didn't know like what wars they were showing. I remember I think there was like one of the Gulf War, but I cannot be correct. I wasn't too certain, you know. But there was like a whole bunch of other stuff like down the line and whatnot. But yeah, I'll go into it. Don't worry. But yeah, but as you kept on walking, there's like this whole like little exhibit or not exhibit, but like a whole little thing. I guess it's a little too big. Hold on. But yeah, here I'm showing Jesus Christ. You know, the whole Last Supper, just him and his people, his apostles, just like following him and whatnot. Just having one last dinner, you know. But like, this is like one of the most edgiest things, like the most like, so like dumbest things to me. Like it was funny in a dumb way. I don't know. I found it funny. But they had like this section of the Bible kind of like just highlighted, like cannibalism in the Bible. Oh my God, you know, it was so funny to me because like me and my friends were just reading the passage. I don't remember what the passage was either. Freaking, I'm not good at remembering those like all John whatever number and then whatever paragraph or line or the fuck, you know. But like nothing against that, you know. But like I mean, I was never like big on religion, but I mean that just seeing this in the fucking in the Museum of Death of all places, you know, Jesus Christ, and talking about cannibalism of all things, you know, just like because he was sharing his blood. Drink this wine is my blood, and then drink my flesh or drink this bread is my flesh. Or no, drink my blood. No, drink this wine. This is my blood. Eat this bread. This is my flesh. You know that type of thing. And I mean, it was funny, like symbolic cannibalism and whatnot. Like it's true. It's out there. It's in the Bible. Fucking, it's in churches. You know the whole Eucharist and whatnot. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, right? Freaking, I just remember from like in Spanish, like primera comunión, you gotta do that, and then you're able to like eat the cracker and then eat the Jesus biscuit and then drink his blood, you know, freaking. But yeah, it was pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff. Just being able to see this fucking in the museum, wild to me. Just very wild. But yeah. But speaking of cannibalism, there was also talk about like cannibalistic tribes and everything. This wasn't one of the pictures they used, but like or like peoples they used, but like this is the best picture I found. You know, like oh, it's just like some crazy cannibals was like or crazy islanders with like face painting and like crazy hats and everything, which was a big thing that they had there. You know, fucking like a whole little section like behind cabinets and stuff. Really cool because like they had like excuse me like boar heads and everything. Like have boar heads, like skeletons, like skulls and tusks. They would like use for like their headdresses and not it's like ceremonial jewelry and everything. But yeah, but it's pretty wild, pretty wild. Like being able to see all that stuff, like it's just like all the things they collected from all these like old tribes or like islanders or whatever the fuck, and then just have it on display. Really cool, really wild. But and then right above it, you know, they had like shrunken heads and everything, fucking like actual shrunken heads. They had pictures of like Ripley's. They had like shrunken heads on display. They had like books and like posters and stuff like that, like movie posters, kind of like not teasing about it, like kind of like poking fun at them, I guess, like because like they're like, oh my god, these cannibalistic like monsters, horrors, you know, like the horror that they actually go through, and these savages, whoa, you know, freaking. But no, I mean, it's true. Fucking, they do eat people out there, like in some tribes, I guess, I suppose. But pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff to me, like because being able to see it in person because like the first time I ever seen or heard of like a shrunken head was like Beetlejuice, you know, like the ending scene where he has like just kind of like fucking around with like a witch doctor, kind of like, hey, give me your number, you know, fucking like switching him his ticket number, like, and the witch doctor like looks over to him and just like zaps his head into a tiny little thing, and fucking, and then he just has a shrunken head. Such a funny little scene at the very end of the movie, but I mean, it kind of traumatized me as a little kid too because I didn't know that was a real thing, you know, like until like way later, was like, wait, that's real, and it kind of like it like stuck with me, and then like to this day, and then, I mean, it's a real thing. I saw it in person now, like I believe it. What the craziest part of me is the fucking hair. How the hell did I get the hair to like actually like? I don't know if it was like, because like even shrunken heads on Google Images, you know, like where I download all these images, you know, fucking. But how do they remain? How do they keep the hair? What the fuck is that all about? You know, like I don't understand how like that works. How does that work? Pretty wild, pretty wild. But a lot of like braids and stuff, a lot of like crazy like big hair, and these like long strands of hair too. Like not, I guess not strands necessarily, but like just ponytails. You know, pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Because like that, there's a lot of like mummification, like with animals and like little kids and not kids, but like fetuses in jars and everything. Just and then just the shrunken head as well. You know, but apart from that, you know, apart from that, there was a lot of taxidermy. Holy shit, the taxidermy stuff are so fucking cool. We're so fucking cool. Jesus' blood is pretty bland. No, Jesus' body is pretty bland, but the blood can get you drunk. Hell yeah, drunk at church. That's freaking some crazy shit. I remember that one scene in in fucking Family Guy. It's like, so this is the body. This is the blood of Christ, and then just like kind of cuts off instantly. Fucking. So it's such a dumb little scene, but so funny. But yeah. And then some of the heads have fabulous hair. I was surprised. It still had like decent looking hair, you know, like for like an old mummified shrunken head, you know, just like a cut off head. It fucking, how the fuck does that work? How did they make it happen? You know, pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. But I don't know. And then seeing it in person, it was just like blowing my mind. I was like, whoa, that used to be alive. Fucking that's a real person. But that's how kind of like saw throughout the whole museum, you know, because like there's this whole section of like taxidermy too. Like they had like a pig mascot apparently back in the years, and they just had him taxidermy there in the little center of another room, which is pretty wild, pretty fucking wild. And around that was like a bunch of other like taxidermied and things in jars from like cat fetuses and dog fetuses and puppies and then declawed nails. You know, like they actually like yank out the whole nail and everything, like in the embedded stuff and everything. And then puppy tails are kind of like they just had some stuff like there just displayed out in the open, which is pretty wild, pretty wild. But amongst all that stuff, there was like they had this like in the corner, that same little like taxidermy room. There's like a whole section of like albino animals. It was so cool to look at because like I was always fascinated as a little kid, you know, like albinos. Like what the fuck is that all about? Like you just like born like with different color than like what's normal, you know, like the one that fascinated me the most was the like again like on top of the cabinets and everything. They had this like albino peacock, which just like kind of like it's like tail feathers just like kind of splayed out everywhere. It was so cool looking, so cool looking. But then albino peacocks as well, like Kung Fu Panda, you know, fucking the main villain of like the third movie, I think, second movie, I don't remember. It's one of the Kung Fu Pandas. I only know that's all I remember. But but yeah, it's just, amongst that, like there's like a albino crocodile, like albino raccoons, and albino like opossums and everything. It was so cool to me. Just being able to see all these like taxidermied animals, and then like across that same room, they had like a whole bunch of like pinned up like bugs, like a whole like display on like pinned up like butterflies and a whole pinned up display of like beetles and other like really cool insects like praying mantises and just everything, you know, just really cool stuff. And I'm so sad I couldn't take pictures of anything, you know. That was like the number one thing they like didn't permit. Just do not take pictures. Like, man, that sucks. Oh, man, but like if but okay, here's the other thing. The entrance is $20 and you can stay there the whole day, you know? But the thing is that I was there with friends, so I had like, well, let's go check it out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see how it goes. Excuse me. But if we were able to stay there if I was able to stay there the whole day, I will. I will, and I do want to go back by myself. You know, kind of like just like check it all out, be able to read all the articles, see everything, and kind of go through everything, take notes, and just do some drawings and stuff, some little sketches or something. I'm not the best artist out there, you know, but fucking just get something down, you know, like for a little memory, be able to memorize it a little better. But as I was making this whole like the slideshow, this whole excuse me, this whole slideshow, this whole like thing going on here, this whole stream, you know, I was like, man, I should have done it. I should have taken notes. I should have done all this and that. But like, here I am. But at the same time, it would have been a little weird, like with taking notes at the Museum of Death with friends, kind of like looking at me like, so what are you doing? You know, like, oh, yeah, because I haven't told anybody like in person, just like, hey, I'm a VTuber, a little horror VTuber or something, you know. But I don't know. I just online people, I guess, freaking like you guys and just anybody on like Discords and stuff, I guess. But yeah, it would have been a little weird to just like be able taking notes and everything. But I do want to go back. I do definitely want to go back and like just have a whole like day thing for myself, honestly. But let's see. And then right outside that like that taxidermy room was this fucking guy just overhead, like over your head, you know, because like the TV was playing. Here's one of the other TVs were playing. They were they're showing the Heaven Gates guy and his whole quote, you know. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's a pretty famous case. The whole thing was like, oh, don't drink the Kool-Aid, you know, that was this guy from my understanding, that was this guy. um but yeah, it was this guy because like his whole thing was like the only way to like go to heaven and be one with like God and Jesus and all this and that was if you join us, you know, like because that's just cult stuff, you know. Just cult stuff like that. They want to like become. They want to do something. They want to do something, and they're gonna accomplish it one way or another. And but their way of doing it, his way of doing it, like getting everybody in, was through what's it called? Through Halley's Comet. Fucking that one comet that passes by every like 5, 10 years or something like that, right? I don't remember the time frame for it, but that's what he was proposing, you know, like if you all come to my like ranch or whatever the fuck, my plot of land, and all like just follow along, and then we'll all chant and get closer to Jesus and all this and that, and then once the comet comes by, we're all take it into heaven, you know, like take it all the way straight to Heaven's Gate, and then that's essentially what happened, you know, like on their perspective after they drank the Kool-Aid, you know, like the comet was coming, they all got themselves in their rooms and everything, and then they kind of just like took their drink, their last final moments, you know, and then they just headed off. They just headed off like a huge mass suicide, you know. Fucking, actually I don't know if I could say that. Fucking, just on stream. I know YouTube's like weird for about like a couple words here and there, but I mean, I'm still monetized. I'm not even close to getting like verified or partnered or the fuck YouTube does, but I'm gonna just say it, mass suicide, you know. Fucking, that was his whole gimmick, the whole Heaven's Gate thing, like. You just do that and then it's like go become one with Jesus by writing the tale of Halley's Comet. You know, fucking pretty crazy stuff, pretty cool stuff. It's crazy how shit like that works out. You know, fucking like how the fuck do you make a cult like that? But like, again, but there's like this whole section of like fucking cults and stuff. You know, so but this is the main guy that was like playing. There's a whole like there was like a whole scene of the people like in the rooms. You know, like people like cover up their faces and be in bunk beds and kind of like just wait, you know, fucking, and they're just like pass away and die. I'm just like moving in my chair, getting comfortable. There might be like chair noises, so sorry about that, but yeah, and it was just nuts to me, like damn, like VTubers could be doing that type of stuff, you know, but thankfully, or I guess nobody has, essentially, you know, but like I feel like all followings and all fandoms and all fucking not fan, not subscribers. What the fuck would I say? Like I guess like a certain group, you know, like fucking a certain group of fans and all this and that, like that. Fuck, what am I trying to say with this? No one VTuber has gathered their fans and turned a cult or something, you know, which would be pretty wild, you know, fucking just like kind of just selling their message and whatnot, just kind of like putting it all out there, just like yes, my word is law. We're doing this and that, and then we're gonna accomplish it by doing this. So give me all your money, you know, and then hit him with like all the akasupas and just super chats and all this and that, subscriptions and followings and just it would be pretty wild. But I mean, I feel like it would be pretty easy. As crazy as that sounds, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Because like if people are able to do it in person, why not online? You know, fucking. There probably is like online cults too, but like I don't want to know. Fucking, I haven't really looked into it myself. Not that I'm interested in joining one either. It's like fucking. Shit'll be funny. There's levels of obsession that could fuck. Hold on. There's levels of obsession that could let a creator do something like that. No, easily, dude. Fucking to this day, fucking people think like, kind of like poke fun at it too, because like, oh my god, like how could, she hasn't been streaming in how long? Fucking their fans are like so like, they'll do whatever she says, and then they'll follow her until the end of days, you know, no matter what happens. And I mean, to a certain degree, it is true. Fucking, there are people who do shit like that, and then they're just diehard fans, you know. Like, I remember just last night I was reading about like some kind of cringy stuff. How people are, especially mods, like mods of like big VTubers and stuff, like get the VTuber they're modding for names of their names are like tattooed onto themselves, you know, just like not just like a small tattoo either. It'll be like this huge back piece on their fucking back from like shoulder to shoulder, which is fucking wild. I saw the pictures and everything. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why? Well, I mean, again, I'm not like in those chats, those fandoms, I guess, and I don't fully understand it myself. But I mean, some people are just that dedicated, I guess, which is pretty nuts, pretty nuts. But it is possible, you know, and then I guess to some degree, it's kind of already happening. Yeah, pretty wild, pretty wild. But I have seen like meme tattoos as well, kind of like the Lolly Kami Requiem, the one Shigeru Yui did, yeah, because I remember there's like this whole like group of people who like had their tattoos, like little frames of that animation, little dance she does, tattooed on themselves, which is pretty wild, pretty wild. Yeah, just for a meme, you know, like for the most part. But I mean, but yeah, VTubers could easily become cults. I mean, even some of them like use it as jokes. You know, fucking Ina does like the tentacle, and then Urika does the Uru cult, fucking or Urufke. You know, fucking. But it's so funny to me. It's so funny to me. Like they poke fun at it, but it's almost literally how it is. You know. And speaking of Ina, I still need to watch her fucking like outfit revealed. It was like released today, but man, I haven't seen it yet. Fuck. But yeah, let's see what else do I after this. I don't remember what it was. What was it? Oh, okay. So yeah. So again, like the Museum of Death, you know, it covers a whole bunch of different like topics of like death and everything. Another big one was just car crashes. You know, like they had this whole like little spiel about like car crashes and don't drink and drive, all this and that, and then seatbelts save lives, and how like over time, like the evolution of the seatbelts, you know, like some cars just didn't have fucking seatbelts. So like back then in the day, or you have to like install them yourself. But nowadays, like a basic safety regulation. VTubers with cult following should put out patches that people can stitch on to their denim. Big money. Oh, dude, they had like I mean, there's some people like merch sellers and stuff. They do like patches and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Not gonna lie. I've gotten like a little taco one, little taco. But I want to get more though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But I know there's like a huge patch obsession within like certain circles on forums, you know. But yeah. But I always thought they were cool. I always thought they were cool. But yeah, car crashes and stuff. The biggest one of the car crashes that they had on display was like James Dean, this like huge actor, right? I forgot. I don't know what he was in. I just know he's like this huge, big guy, like big huge actor back in the during his times, I guess. Fucking, I don't remember his times either. Probably like the 40s, 50s, 60s. I don't know. Because it's still black and white, you know. Fucking, he was like, he has this whole greaser look, so that's my best guess. But apparently he like had this like horrible fucking accident, just like flying on his fucking Corvette or whatever the fuck, and just like slammed into a wall or a tree or something, and then he just like fucking died. And it's just like it was just like a little like these like pictures and like newspaper clippings of like the accident happening. But yeah, that whole thing was there, and then there's like a whole bunch of posters about like oh just like click it or ticket or like Oh, if you can't if you're drawing, it's all the little cheesy old like slogans you would hear like for modern day and even all the old days like oh kick it or ticket or if you're drawing tipsy you're driving drunk all this and that. But like there's also some like these older like what felt like this like cheesy old like 40 50 sayings and stuff like that. Like but there was like these signs and everything. It was pretty funny, pretty funny. Well, it was funny because of how cheesy it was, but it's a serious message, you know, fucking public service announcement: don't drink and drive, that type of thing. Because like afterwards, I was kind of thinking like, man, let me get a beer, let me go like because like after the Museum of Death, we were thinking of going on a hike, but like we are gonna like go drink at the same time, to like the Griffiths Observatory because none of us, all three of us like that went, none of us like seen the like the Hollywood signs like you know what we we're natural born Californians, you know, fucking. None of us have seen the Hollywood sign because it feels like a touristy thing to do, you know, fucking like. Well, let's pretend to be tourists then, just for the day. We saw the Museum of Death and we're on our way to like the Griffith Observatory to see the Hollywood sign, but we just there wasn't enough time, so we just like well we just drove back and then got some sushi and then called it a night. But like fucking, but yeah, we saw these like car crashes. Okay, after this whole like because there's like multiple floors. You know, this was like the whole second floor. This is going down the stairs. This is back to the first floor, and then, but after the whole car crashes and all this like pictures of like horrible, gruesome deaths and everything, there was like this whole really fucking like there's just this hall of like skeletons and just like skulls and like just this whole fucking thing. It was so fucking cool to me because like they had like hippopotamus skulls and like a giraffe neck and skull, like this whole like fuck, and like not what the fuck is it? It's this whole thing like this because it's like an anatomical, right? It's anatomy skeleton, but it was just a skeleton. It was like a whole bunch of like animal skeletons. They had like preserved like mice skeletons and opossum skeletons and dog skeletons and cat skeletons, just any animal you could think of. Like you could like even in zoo animals, you know, they had like fucking rhino skeletons with the whole like horn and everything, and another one without the horn. It was pretty sad, but I mean it happens, you know, poaching, whatnot, the fuck, whatever the fuck. But and then you also get like I was just saying, the one that amazed me the most out of all the skeletons there was the fucking giraffe skeleton from the neck, from the base of the neck up. So that was pretty wild, pretty wild, pretty cool. Um, I mean, you got like the not traditional deers, but like I mean, like the ones you always see, like just deers and everything, you know. That those are always really cool to see. Just a huge antlers and everything. I don't know, man. Seeing deers in person too, because there's like a taxidermy deer by the end of it. But like I'll show you guys in a bit too, like where what section the deer was in. Um, but yeah, just a whole bunch of like taxidermy stuff, a whole bunch of like skeletal stuff, and like really cool, just preserved and everything there. You know, I really love that section as well because like after that, it was a whole section of like human like a wall of human skulls with like jewelry embedded and everything. Just a whole bunch of crazy stuff, which is really cool to me. Really cool to me from like different sizes and like some had holes for trepanation and some like had cracks in them because I mean like they just died that way I guess. Like there are some like with embedded jewelry, just some like with just like crusted like metal jaws and stuff like that. I guess they like stuff they would use for like apparatuses like back in the old days and stuff like that, which is really cool to me, really crazy, and be able to see like a whole wall's worth of like skulls and stuff in person and whatnot. Like so cool. But there was also like a little section for like talking about the catacombs of France and stuff, like how apparently from that was one big thing I remember too because I've always wanted to go like visit France, as cheesy as that sounds and as cringy as that is, you know. Fucking France sounds like a cool place to go and like just explore as a tourist. Maybe not these days with all the fucking crazy shit that's going on, the protests and whatever the fuck. But that they were talking about there's a section about the catacombs and just the walls of like how all these people died during like the medieval ages or the dark ages of like because like just plagues and bubonic plague and all this and that, just a whole bunch of like horrible ways to die, you know, fucking back in the day. No medicine, no widespread medicine like controlled medicine and whatnot, you know. But the catacombs were so cool. But apparently that was like there were just so many people dying. They didn't know what to do with the bodies, so that they just made catacombs, you know. And then there was also another section of like the mummies of Mexico. The if I remember right, it's the Guatemala mummies, right? Somewhere in Mexico, you know. But apparently the kind of same thing happened there too. Like they didn't really. There was a lot of people just dying, and they didn't really know how to like. They weren't able to like give them like proper burials or anything. So kind of like they kind of put them to the side and put them like kind of just like preserved them, like unintentionally preserved them because like all the humidity and just the heat from like Mexico and everything kind of dried them out, I guess, or something. Because like you'd imagine they would like bloat and like kind of just like be gross and everything, you know. But no, I guess they like got preserved in some some sort of fashion, and they just became mummies. They became mummies, and that's one big thing, one big place I want to explore too, like wherever those mummies are held, like in Mexico, because like my parents have told me about it. You know the voices of the forest. You know, I've been thinking of like how to like kind of like if my parents kind of just start yelling in the background for like calling my name or whatnot, like Mokuba, you know, freaking. um, how would I would like name them? I guess like the voices of the forest. You know, they're just the voices I hear in the forest. I guess. but but yeah. But they don't. I've heard the voices tell me that we could actually go one day, like kind of like check it all out and like in the museums and everything, which is really really cool. And then if I ever do that, and I mean I'll have another stream about it, you know, really cool stuff. One day, you know, one day, as I always put as for my goals, not why or when, but just one day. And after that, it was like already nearing the end of the whole museum and stuff. They had like this whole section of like Native Americans and like all the wars they fought and how like gruesome their like their scalpings and all this and that was, and how crazy they had to, how hard they had to fight and everything. It was really really cool because on display they had, I don't know if they were authentic or not, but they had weapons the natives would use, you know, really really cool stuff. You would see like a whole bunch of like axes and like balls on sticks and kind of like maces, you know, like native built maces and everything. I was just like kind of swinging them, like cracking skulls and everything. But like, which is really crazy to me because like, it is an actual weapon, you know, just a fucking mace, just a ball with just a solid ball and a stick, just swing it at somebody's head and they just kill them, you know, fucking pretty fucking crazy. But not even just that, you know, they had these axes, these bows and arrows, all these guns to like pick off the the bodies of the explorers, I guess. I don't know what to call them. Or like colonizers, I guess, because they're not necessarily colonizers, I guess. They're kind of just like explorers, kind of like just getting. Because like okay, what I always forget my history because the only times I remember ever learning about like Native American history was like during like elementary school. You know, like oh my god, Indians, and we'd make like a lot of feather hats and everything. It seems kind of like gross these days, you know, but it's such a cool aesthetic, kind of like as weird as that sounds, you know, fucking just these like feather hats and just kind of like just only wear pants and just feathers on everything, kind of like face paints and stuff. We would go around and fucking do that like in elementary school, you know. We'd make these little hats and give ourselves like little Native American names and little Indians and whatnot, you know, fucking. I'll learn about the tribes and for like a good like month for like a little fun activity and whatnot. But I don't know. I haven't remembered anything from like fourth or fifth grade, you know. Pretty crazy stuff back then in the day, but I wish we could have learned it more. You know, it's such a cool like. I personally find it to be like such a cool time, like in history. Just, okay, in general, just wars in general. Fucking like wars are always like my favorite part of like history classes and everything. Specifically the Vietnam War. Vietnam War was like probably one of the coolest wars in my eyes. Fucking not only because like all the like movies and stuff, but like just the fact of guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare in general is so fucking cool to me. It's so fucking cool to me. I don't know, but that's literally what the fucking Indians did. You know, like that's all they had to go off of. You know, like, going up against the technology of the white man. All this and that bullshit, but man, just guns and whatnot, and swords. Because like they would go up against like axes and these like axes and bow and arrows would go up against like guns and swords. You know, fucking whatever they had back in those like colonial, not colonial times, because colonial times would be like the Plymouth and then the Pilgrims and shit like that. But like I guess more like westward expansion, like after the purchase of the Louisiana Purchase and all this and that. But I don't know, fucking. It's always really cool stuff like to see and learn about like Indians and Native Americans. But at the same time, there's no like good. I feel like because I haven't myself like gone out of my way and like searched and looked up like more resources on Native Americans. I did see a Twitter thread. I did save it. I want to read it one of these days later on my own time, I guess, because it seemed really cool. But I don't know, something about like the aesthetic and like the whole like little cowboys versus Indians type of like just situations, I guess, fucking they got themselves into. It's so cool to me. Yeah, same. I was much more chill about sharing cultures back in the day. Okay, it was much more chill back in the day because nobody like would be offended because like back in the day they were just like kind of share like because they're fascinated, so they wouldn't know they were stepping on toes, I guess, and then I guess they were like you wouldn't want the little kids wearing like feather hats going ho 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 ho, like kind of like do a little like ooh, fucking that seems offensive, fucking these days. But it's such a cool fucking aesthetic though. I don't know. Here I am talking about as aesthetic, the whole somebody's whole culture as an aesthetic, but that's that's gonna get me canceled on Twitter, fucking. But I don't know. I feel like I appreciate it, fucking. But I don't know. But at the same time, the people go above and beyond, like, oh my god, you're celebrating Thanksgiving, canceled. That type of bullshit. Like, how could you bigot? That type of bullshit. It's so fucking stupid to me sometimes. But I mean, that's just the world we live in, I guess, nowadays. As dumb and sad as it is. Oh well. I'll enjoy what I enjoy, and then you bitch about what you want to bitch about, I guess. Next slide. Okay, but yeah, as I was saying, oh no, actually, so along the taxidermy stuff, there was this whole like deer that was taxidermied and this whole like horse that was taxidermied with like all these little pouches and stuff like that, which is really cool to me. Really, really cool. Like, just being able to see like a life-size horse taxidermied in just the middle of a fucking like section, like the whole little display, I guess, just, alongside these like tools and weapons and like in cases and everything, glass cases. Really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. But yeah, at the very, very end of it, there's like right next to it, there's like a little movie theater. This little movie theater just like kind of like they had like a little like more festive stuff, a little more like kind of fun stuff. It was kind of like it was filled with like a whole bunch of like Dia de los Muertos stuff, like a little cut out skeletons and there was like a whole like a little section for like how they would like display stuff for like Day of the Dead and just a whole bunch of flowers and bread and just pictures of dead ones and everything. Kind of like in the front, aside from the actual like screen and everything. And on the other side of so like on the left side it was like the Dia de los Muertos wall, and then the right side it would just be like crazy concert people, fucking like who were like their whole personality was like doing edgy shit because there's like this like. Or just a hardcore shit, not even edgy shit. Just because edgy shit, like you're trying to get something, a reaction of somebody, like you might not even like believe it yourself. But like for hardcore shit, this guy, just one fucking like metalhead rocker, fucking gang Nazi member. I probably should not said that, but fucking whatever. This whole like neo, how do I say it? I just this one fellow, not fellow racist. What am I saying? Fuck. This one fellow who was a racist. There you go. This one little guy who was a racist and all this and that. Like he had like little like German army symbols on himself, fucking on himself, and like tattooed and all this and that. He had like this like that like the helmet with the one spike, the round helmet with the one spike. He was like parts of biker gangs and all this and that. He would like say the craziest and do the craziest things, like cut himself on stage and stab himself on stage, and then kind of just like he promised everyone like one day he'll like if he will like ever retire he'll just commit suicide on stage, which is really fucking hardcore. Like he was part of that fucking lifestyle. Fucking that's he lived what he preached type of thing. Which is pretty fucking wild. And but he fucking overdosed in a hotel room off of heroin. Like that's ultimately his like his fate, you know, like whatever. Well, his legacy at the very end of it was just crazy hardcore guy just doing crazy ass stunts and everything on stream. Not on stream. What the fuck am I saying? On stage, on fucking stage. But it's so fucking wild. It's so fucking cool because like at the same time like he there was like kind of like dummy. Just does it's the whole dummy like oh this is what his usual get-ups will be like on stage. And I was just this guy in his underwear just like boxer briefs, you know, fucking um and wearing like this like huge leather jacket and then like well a whole bunch of like patches and symbols and stuff on there and then just like there was like just stabs and scars all over his body and stuff. And then it's just like with a bottle of like some whiskey, I guess, some drink, and or some Jaeger. I don't remember what the fuck he was drinking. He had a bottle of something, you know. And then just like just this like bearded face, just like screaming and yelling, just like blood all over like oh I guess it was fake blood or whatever, the like makeup blood, just all over the dummy's head and everything. It was really cool, and but yeah, it was some wild ass shit, you know, fucking just everything that just went down like in his like lifestyle and his like concerts and everything. Pretty cool stuff. But I guess I would also go like just rowdy crowds as well. You know, people would die in the crowds from time to time just from all the fights and then just the mosh pits. I guess it's just wild shit. You know, just wild shit, just depraved shit. I guess I don't know, but yeah, really cool guy. Really like I wish I remembered his name. If I were to go back, I'll have to like live tweet it or something. I don't know. I have like I'll take notes and then kind of like live tweet it as in the car or something. Kind of like just talk about it for like a good while afterwards, like while it's still fresh in my memory. Because it's kind of like just a rundown of whatever of everything I remember from the time I went 2 weeks ago, you know. But there's definitely a lot more like I'm definitely missing, you know, because like I don't know, there's so much more. There's so much more cool stuff like I could have gone over, but I just don't remember. But yeah, okay. But at this last fucking room where the theater is, right before the exit and everything, they were playing this guy. I don't know if any of you guys know him. I didn't know him until that day. Apparently, the main guy, you know, the guy pointing at the body, wearing the hat, the fedora, the cowboy hat. I don't know, but he's some German dude. This like hardcore German dude that will like do like live like autopsies for like these audience on TV, which that's why you see the cameras and everything, you know, and people just be there watching and everything. It was I mean it's all filmed and documented, and then I was kind of talking to the lady that working there. She was really cool. Um, she was like, oh yeah, this like German guy that he will like have it all televised and he has it on YouTube too. Like what the fuck, he has it on YouTube? But like what's the guy's name, you know? And then I found him. Fucking, she gave me the name, but I forgot the name because it was German. I'm not gonna be able to remember German, right? But yeah, was it G.G. Allen? I no, it wasn't G.G. Allen. It was Dr. Gunther von Hagens or Hagens. I think it's German, so it's like Hagens, right? Like Hagen-Dazs. But yeah, that's the guy's name. And if you go into the playlist I've made, or like go into my channel, go to the playlist section, talked about on stream, that playlist. It was like the most recent videos I added because like I added them before the stream because I know I was going to talk about this because it was such a cool thing. But it's just everything that was like playing on the stream was like what I was like well everything that I saw, you know, for like a good like 20 minutes. We were all kind of like talking over the video and everything, or the demonstration. But we're kind of just talking about like talking about like, oh man, do you remember this part? Oh my god, this part as well. Like, and then but at the same time we're also watching this. I was like, oh my god, he just like I didn't know it was so easy to cope on a body. You know, oh my god, there's so much fat there, like all the yellow stuff and everything. Well, it was pretty wild. And then you know like I was like expecting like, oh my god, there's gonna be like what's it called? Like I was expecting like fuck what I was expecting some gore and everything because it was a live autopsy, you know. But what's it called? What's it called? Fuck. Well, I lost my track of thought. No, okay, no, we were expecting like live like dead bodies just being cut up and everything. But at the same time, they were like kind of using like like a live nude model like on the set. I was like, what the fuck? Like, wait, hold on. I was not expecting more titty, you know? Fucking, I just caught off guard. But but yeah, that was the whole autopsy, dude, which is pretty cool, pretty wild. But all his videos, or at least the video to the documentary I was like watching at the time, or at the little theater at the end of the Museum of Death. It had his like live, not live studio recording. There you go, live studio recording of everything that was going down, and yeah, Gunther von Hagens. Yeah, that's the this guy right here. That's his name. But G.G. Allen. Let me look them up real quick. Who was G.G. Allen? Yeah, okay, no. G.G. Allen's the guy. Yes, he was the guy I was talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, because of the tombstone. This was the okay, holy fuck. Okay, hold on. Let me hold on. Oh, that's the guy's name. Okay, G.G. Allen. Yeah. 28. Yeah, okay. Um good looking out, fucking MSP. Good shit. Good shit. But yeah, that's this fucking guy's name. If I can, I'll just edit this real quick on OBS properties, add files. So the way I remembered him, okay, because not only did the actually, let me see if I can find the fucking puppet thing, the mannequin. Yeah, okay, they do have the picture of the mannequin. Okay, sick. Here we go. Save image. Fucking Z29. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Fuck, what the fuck? Okay, plus, add files. But yeah, good fucking catch. I just did not remember the guy's name. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, so go back to okay. So, but in the same room where the movie theater is and everything, having this like Gunther von Hagens being played and everything. Um, I mean the big thing that I remembered was like fucking just a dummy. Fucking, I found it real quick on fucking Google. Apparently somebody tweeted it, but it's just this guy in his fucking underwear, just fucking just rocking out and doing all these crazy fucking stunts and everything. You know, just, you have like the little figures and like he had plushies that were like bloodied up and everything, or like it was like felt or whatever the fuck, you know. And there's the colored fabric on there, but it was just some crazy fucking guy, you know. Pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. But I guess he didn't have like a leather jacket. He had like a denim one. Yeah, just, I was close, I guess. Fucking everything else, I was like still remembered. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty fucking wild. Oh yeah, also the another reason why I remembered him is because his gravestone. It's like I don't know if it's like his actual gravestone, like a fucking replica of his gravestone. It was just there in the room too, like fucking right next to the statue. I don't understand. I didn't understand why. I'm guessing there's something like significant about his statue. Well, what does it say? G.G. Allen, for my mission ends in termination, this victory of death, vicinity of death. For my mission ends in termination, vicinity of death. Live fast, die. Oh, interesting. But yeah, he just like overdosed on heroin in like an apartment or something, and then just died, rather than just suicide fucking on stage. Which is from my understanding, like the little plaque right here, you can see like right next to like his head. Um, that's what it was like talking about. Like also everything on the wall here, like newspaper articles and pictures of him doing crazy stuff, and just people talking about him. You know, all this and that. Pretty crazy stuff though. I hanged out with a guy when I hit. What the fuck? Hold on. I hung out with a guy when I was a hitchhiker who idolized G.G. Allen and was trying to be like him. There's a tradition for G.G. Allen fans to piss off and degrade, so maybe that's why it's there. Oh, that's sick. I'm learning. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Kind of like on a like a tradition thing, like you were saying. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But Gigi Allen, that's the guy who was like at the very end of like in the movie theater alongside fucking Dia de la Muerta stuff, and then motherfucking Gunther von Hagen. But yeah, I highly recommend watching the in the playlist Gunther von Hagen videos I have on there because like it's like a 5 part thing. Well, it's like an hour-long documentary, but like it's cut up in like 5 parts, 10 minutes each. You know, it's not that bad. But I mean, it goes into detail, you know. So get ready for like see some like educational gore, which is really really cool. But yeah, that's my trip to the Museum of Death, you know, freaking. But yeah. Really really fun stuff. It was like a $20 admission, but the shirts were like 40, 50, $60, which is ridiculous. Pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, that's my stream. That's my little Zatsu, my little um retelling of my trip at the Museum of Death. Oh yeah, also we're kind of just like talking with the people there. Um, they were all really cool, really like all about that type of like life, you know, freaking. But because they work there, you know, they're also freaks, you know, freaking. They're wanting to like do and be around that type of like the mortality of life and all this, you know, fucking. I guess I don't know how I would explain it, but like they're really really cool people. Really like they seem like the type of people who would be working there, you know, like really 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 interesting folks. But yeah, fucking man, I just wanna go back. I definitely wanna go back. Really cool stuff. Sounds like a really cool trip. Hell yeah, it fucking was. Fucking man, like we were all like okay, because one of the friends there like he was like really like oh man I don't know what to expect. I'm kind of like nervous about entering all this and that. Like but he entered, you know. And then, but one of the first things seeing, you know, just like as we enter, all the stabbings and pictures and just gore and everything, it's like he's like I don't know about this actually. Hold on, let me. Oh, I think I want to go back and like oh man, come on now, like we're here with friends, or we'll protect you if any of the pictures will jump at you, you know. We're kind of like teasing him at the beginning, but like as we were going on, he was really excited about it. Like oh man, like I forgot what the fuck he was like. I think it was the animal stuff, you know, like the taxidermy stuff that like really like intrigued him, like where he started like relaxing a little. Um, what's it called? Where's the taxidermy stuff? Like the whole taxidermy stuff. That was like what well, it kind of like I guess relaxed him in a funny way, a funny sense, I guess. I don't know what the best way to put it, but like yeah, he seemed a little more like comfortable with it. I guess I'll just let this play. Actually, hold on. Actually, hold on. Let me see if this works. Because I was kind of like fiddling with the OBS and I kind of like put everything in the slideshow. Okay, it does work. Okay, cool. Actually, I don't want to look at this guy. Fucking, I'm gonna just skip ahead. He just looks a little too weird to me. Well, oh yeah, the Senpaku eyes. I forgot to talk about that. The fucking so the whole because like Charles Manson also had the fucking the Senpaku eyes. Hold on. Well, quite a few slides to go through. So you can see like the eye itself, right? And you can see that. So supposedly Senpaku eyes are just like seeing the sclera around the pupil itself. Like that's when you know people are psycho. And there's something off about them. And if you Google Senpaku eyes, you'll get pictures of like Adam Lanza from like the Sandy Hook's shooting. I guess I want to say accident because I don't know how YouTube is gonna pick this shit up. But Adam Lanza, the Sandy Hook's accident or shooting, whatever the fuck. I don't fucking. You know what? I'm gonna just say shooting. Sandy Hook shooting, and then you also get this guy from the Heaven's Gate cult. You know, freaking. He also has the Senpaku eyes, just like his pupils, and then the sclera, the white parts of his eyes, just around. You also would get if you pull it up on Google, you would get the guy from the Dark Knight Rises movie theater shooting, right? And then, but yeah, it's just a whole bunch of like just a whole bunch of psycho people with like psycho eyes, you know, just crazy. That's one of the telltale signs apparently, just the crazy eyes. But but yeah, and then that's basically the how was it? One of our friends were kind of just like quiet about it all. I was like, oh yeah, fascinating. Yeah. I'm over here kind of just like giggling the whole fucking time. Like, oh man, look at that shit. Look at his fucking look at how his guts are hanging. Oh my god, fucking look at the little like fetus in there. You know, fucking oh my god. Like I was so wanting to take pictures throughout the whole fucking thing, but again, like you can't take pictures. I was so kind of like, I was like, oh man, fucking. But no, especially during like this part right here at the movie theater. The guy, the friend that was kind of like skittish about it all. He was like, oh man, come on, how are they kind of like just easily opening him? Oh my god, they just removed his fucking like stomach or whatever, his organs, you know? They're just kind of like not playing with it necessarily, but it's just like, oh man, they have it in their hands. Oh my god, oh, you know, you're just freaking out. I'm over here kind of just like laughing at him, it's just like, oh fucking pussy. Come on now, like it's not that bad, you know. It's inside of you, ooh, you know, fucking. But but there's a skeleton inside everyone, you know. But that type of meme. But at the same time, like even with the EMT classes I'm taking right now, I was fucking surprised how like empty we are inside of us. You know, like there's a whole bunch of like negative space inside of our bodies. But at the same time, like there's a good reason for it, you know. Because growing up, I always thought like we're like just like if you think about it, like kind of like a balloon. No, not a balloon, like a water balloon. There you go. Kind of we're just like filled with liquid, you know. That's how like we maintain our shape, like all because we're filled with liquid and everything. And kind of like we just like fill up and it just be like that's how people have bellies too, you know. Oh, all this and that. Like there's little kid ideas, you know, without me knowing much of like what was going on, how the body works and whatnot. Compared to what I know, you know. But to compared to what knowledge and experience I have now, no, no, I guess. Yeah. Let's go with that. That makes sense in my head. So I hope it makes sense in yours. But no, we just have a whole bunch of negative space because like because it'll be like we're not gonna be like water weighted, you know, like we're not gonna be bloated with fucking water and everything unless something's wrong with you. So then you shouldn't have liquid inside of your like abdominal space or pleural space or anything, because then that's how you get like not I guess it is kind of edema, but like the edema is more like to the limbs, from my understanding. But it's more of pneumothorax. You know, it's just like a liquid flowing in the pleural space, and then or like blood, even like hemopneumothorax. Um, I forgot the heart one. I think it's like a cardiac tamponade, like where you get like a little like clot just around your heart, and then just kind of starts like filling up, and then just kind of like I forget that one. I gotta like I for sure gotta study more on the heart stuff. The heart stuff is so fucking complicated. I don't fucking understand any of it, almost any of it. I definitely gotta go over that more heart stuff. But what's it called? Rip that one friend eyeball Virginia. Honestly, fucking. Oh man, honestly, he was so fun. I asked him like a week later, like, hey, how are you holding up? You're not traumatized, are you? Like, he said he's traumatized in the best way. Like it, as funny as that sounds, you know, he kind of like he was hesitating throughout like the beginning of it, but he was cool by the end of it, and he was cool by the end of the day, you know, like. But like from my understanding, he was like, he just felt better and like more. He understood more like what mortality is, what the human body is, and all this and that. Like kind of like you try to be deep about it, but it was so cheesy him going over it. Oh, man, I don't know. I enjoyed the little talk I had with him. Fucking just talking about it all. Like I'm sorry if anything was over the top for you. You know, like I don't want to like alarm you or like I don't want to traumatize you. I don't want to have you have a bad experience. But he was fine by the end of it. He was fine. He was excited going into it, but once he actually got into it, he was just like, "Wait, this is real." That type of thing, you know, like it hits him. It fucking finally hit him, type of thing. But yeah, that was as you guys kept, I can see like all those slides going through, like seeing all the serial killers and skeletons and skulls and taxidermies and weapons and Native American wars and autopsies and the morgue and just a whole bunch of everything, you know, fucking ancient, not ancient tools, but like old school tools and whatnot. But there was a whole bunch of stuff and everything, you know, like in the Museum of Death, and I highly recommend it. Oh my god, it's like MSB earlier said, like, oh yeah, like the perfect day spot for the goth GF of your life, you know. But yeah, for every goth GF we get, you know, we gotta have one more date at the museum, I guess. But yeah, you guys have to check it out. Fucking if you guys are ever in the area, hit me up. Of course, you know, hit me up first, and then we'll go check it out. But no, but honestly, just, if you don't want to hit me up, just go check it out. You know, that's a definite spot you want to go check out. Fucking the Museum of Death. That's a do not be deceived by the first as you enter the building. You know, the building is like an obvious tourist trap. It feels like with all the shirts and tacky things to buy. But after you enter, after you pay, and after you officially enter like the museum, that's where it gets good. Fucking instantly too. Like you immediately get hit with gore. You know, fucking you get to see the good shit. But yeah, that's my experience with the Museum of Death. Really crazy stuff. Really cool, fun stuff. But but yeah, I mean, I guess this is the Q&A section. Fucking, are there any questions out there? Anybody in the chat? Any questions I might have answers to? But yeah. Well, no, I guess that's pretty much the end of the stream. Really fun stuff. But yeah. I don't know. Since then, I've been wanting to go out more, go check out more museums, go check out more touristy spots, I guess. Because like again, like I'm fucking Californian, I guess. Fucking, there's so much to do in California, I guess, as you always hear on TV or in the news or whatever from anyone and everyone. But like I've always been a homebody, you know. So like, just being at home, just doing my own thing, fucking just like I'm satisfied, you know. I don't need to go out, but like, I've been wanting to go out more, get more experience, you know. See more things, see what's out there, see what the world has to offer. But I need cash first. Fuck. I need the funds to get around. Gas is expensive. Fees are expensive. Everything's far. Everything's at least like an hour or two or drive away. You know, but fucking yeah. Half an hour to an hour. It could be like it depends where you want to go, how far you want to go. But yeah. I'll never get to California, so these kind of streams are fun, super fun to me. No, dude, come on, we gotta plan something out now. Something for the future. One day, you know, like I said earlier in the stream, one day we'll figure something out. We'll get something going. Just a freak meetup, you know, we all meet up at the museum. That would be something. Because I know there's like a pole meetup. I know there's a fa meetup. I think there's out meetups and K meetups too. I've never been to any of them, but like I've always heard about them. They always seem so funny and so cool with all the pictures and everything. But a freak meetup that would be something. But I mean, I guess VT meetups are easy, you know, because like just concerts and shit, concerts and events and all this and that. I mean, like Anime Expo. Anime Expo was one of the hugest ones. Fucking everybody seeing Yago in person. That shit was nuts. I I was there that year. I did not. I saw the big head. I saw the big head. I saw the gathering, but I didn't know Yago was there. So I kind of like just. I kind of kept on walking. I wasn't like. I didn't get myself in the crowd. Man, I was so fucking like what? No, okay, but okay. Here's the thing though. Here's the fucking thing though, because I saw Kason. I saw Kason in person, but I didn't see Yago in person. But Kason's so fucking tiny, dude. Oh my god. I mean, she is an Asian lady, I guess, but she's so tiny. She was tinier than I expected because I thought she was like average height, I guess, like kind of like 5'5" or higher, you know. But no, she was fucking tiny. She was probably like bordering like 5 foot, a little maybe a little more, maybe probably a little less. I don't fucking know. But she was tiny, at least compared to me. Fucking, I don't know. I was so surprised. But yeah, I was waiting in line at the Gundam area and fucking she was just there like recording and shit. I was like, oh my fucking god. Like that's actually Kason. Fucking like I was surprised. But stupidly, I didn't take out my phone or take any pictures. I was so fucking like mad at myself. I was just like shocked and awe, you know, like oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking like it's so like it was so funny to me. So crazy to me. I don't know. I don't know. Freak meetup. Yeah, freak meetup would be so sick. It would. It would be sick fucking. But I don't know how to like make it happen though. That's the thing. That's the biggest problem. But I don't know. But yeah, freaking. I don't know, freaking. Ah, man, it'll be something. It'll be quite something. Kason always looks so big on stage. She really does, surprising. Even on streams and shit. Well, I guess I don't really watch streams because they're like usually in Japanese and whatnot. But I don't know. That like the little clips I've seen here and there, but like that would pop up on my YouTube. Yeah, like all Kason's butt was showing on like no fucking Kason's doing the Jacko pose or like Kason's like touching the one Yakuza contestant's boobs, you know, like oh my god, fucking check it out, like oh they check out their nipples, oh my god, and then just dumb funny stuff like that, you know. But I don't know. She seems like she's like the old saying says, you know, or it goes like they seem so much taller on TV, but I guess like same goes for streaming. I guess streaming on stages and concerts and whatnot. But I don't know. Anime Expo was fun that year. I need to go back. I didn't go last year. Fucking, I was broke. I'm still broke, but I gotta find a job one of these days. Okay, sooner, better sooner than later, you know. But I mean, when it happens, it happens. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If you can make schizophrenia a real Dojin circle with Palmu, maybe a meetup would be cool. What could happen one day? Where'd you come up with that idea? Holy shit! Actually, I was thinking of like, yeah, okay, I want to say it on stream. Actually, fucking hold on. But yeah, I'll probably DM you about it. I know. No, you probably saw it in fucking Suria's I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Fucking, I know I saw the video the other day too. Fucking when they were like dropped the news video, but on Suria's server, Suria's. I'm saying Suria's. I don't know. But I gotta rewatch and relearn the name. I know it's Mazzano, you know, fucking Surya Mazzano or Manzano Surya. But I mean, I don't know. But I put like the whole fucking like my whole fucking like rant almost my whole like ideas on like how to like make a doujin, how to like make a zine, you know, that type of thing. But yeah, I don't know if you saw it. That was like a couple weeks back too. But it's up in the air. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still like trying to like figure out like the logistics of everything. But if I were to do it, I'll be like officially announced it like in July or whatever the fuck. Late no, late May, early July. No, late May, early June. No. What the fuck am I saying? Mid June, early July. There you go. If I were to like actually spearhead everything and get it all together. But yeah. I have ideas. Okay, perfect. Fucking okay. Let me at you in the fucking server after this. Fucking. But yeah. But yeah. I think that's it. Fucking. I think that's the stream. That's it, guys. That's all, folks. Thank you for coming. You know, as always, as always. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like my little ramblings about like the Museum of Death and just all the cool stuff. Sadly, I don't. Sadly, I'm not able to take actual pictures. You know, fucking about the museum and everything. No flash photography. You can't scare the corpses, you know, fucking. But but yeah, this is kind of like my little semi shitty presentation with the projector and everything. But yeah, thanks for the stream. I got to be here for the start of this time. Hey, yeah, you did pop up earlier. Okay, you did pop up earlier, but I mean, I did the what the fuck am I trying to say? This is like a way late. This is my latest stream I've done. You know, fucking. I started at 7 PST. I usually start like around 2. Early on, I started around 2, and then later on, I started around 3. Well, that's my current time. But yeah, but yeah, come by tomorrow. I'm gonna have a little watch along. You know, a little watch along of Cannibal Hollow Cost. I say that one separately because I'm not gonna fucking risk like YouTube kind of like nuking my channel for saying that word. That like just hollow cost, you know, fucking that's a little extra, I guess, just to be on the safe side. But at the same time, I got like 20 subscribers or whatever the fuck out. YouTube's probably not even glancing over at me, you know. I'm safe flying under the radar. But I'm still not gonna say it. The AI is out of control, you know. But yeah, come by tomorrow. We'll watch Cannibal Holocaust, and then but yeah. Have a good night, everyone, or good morning. You know, just take it easy. That you see, that's why I don't say good morning, evening, or afternoon, or any of that. It's just because like I don't know. It's just a mouthful, so I just say take it easy. You know, just do you. All right, so take it easy, everyone. Peace.